Hello, welcome to the class of HTML5 programming. So today we will discuss about the form controls in HTML program. So here this form control, the purpose to add this form control is to gather the information from a web page visitor. So here the form controls are the object that accepts the information. So the type of form controls are text boxes, scrolling text boxes, select list, radio buttons, check boxes and the buttons. So here in HTML5 there are some new form elements such as customizing the email address, URLs, dates, times, numbers and even date selections. So here in this class we will discuss about the first form control, that is the input element. So this input element form control, this one here in this program I added this here input element, this one input element and this and this. So this input element is a standalone void tag and this is used to configure several different type of form controls. So here in this class we will discuss about the different attributes that are associated with this input element. So you can see from here in body section I have configured this form element. This one is the form element, this is opening tag and this one is the closing tag, and within it I have added this heading, and after that I have given this text description as first name, and with that I have added the input element. Same way with last name, text description I have added the input element, and after that this input element and this input element. So coming to this part, here in this input type I have added this type attribute. So this type attribute specify the type of a form control. So here it configure a text box form control. So here it will configure the text box for this. So here this text box accept the information such as names, email address, phone numbers and the other text. So there are other many different attributes that are associated with this input elements like ID, name, size, max length, placeholder, required. So these are the different attributes. So let's first discuss about this. That one is ID attribute. So here this ID attribute is used with CSS and it is used to assess the information by the client side scripting language, that is the JavaScript. And here I am using this name attribute. So this name attribute is added to make the form element easily accessed by the client side scripting language, that is the JavaScript, as well as this by the server side processing language such as the PHP. So these two attributes are used to process the data to the background of the HTML code. So coming to the another attribute, that is size attribute. So for that, to discuss this, let's run this program. For that we have to go to run and click to launch in Chrome. So it will display like this in the browser. So to use this size attribute we have to write here the value for this. Like here I am writing the 50 pixel. So now I am saving it and refresh the browser. So you can see the change in this length of this text box. Coming to the another attribute, that is max length or the maximum length. So if you will give the value to it, like here I am giving 1 and now I am saving it. So now enter, so refresh it and now enter some of the value here, like I am writing A, D, V, B. So it's not entering the value next to A because the maximum length which we can add here is that 1. We can add only one alphabet or the numeric. So if I write here 5 and now I am writing here the value as A, B, C, D, E. Save it and now refresh it. Now again write here name A, B, C, D, E and now write the F. So you can see that after adding this 5 alphabets it is not entering any other value because here we have added the max length to equals to 5. So the next attribute which we can discuss is the value attribute. So if you will add the value attribute, it will get the value for this. So as you can see from here I've added the value attribute to this input element as submit. So here this submit will be shown here like this. If you will change the value, like if you will write here as only and now save it and again refresh it, so you will see only the S alphabet here. So right here again, that is submit. Save it. Coming to the next attribute, that is the disable attribute. So if you will write here the disable attribute, like here I am writing disabled, and for that you have to write this like this. So here you have to give in the same value, that is disabled value. Sorry. So now again save it and refresh the browser. So you can see if you will click over to this particular text box, it will not respond to this because here we have disabled this particular text box by using this disabled attribute. So now remove this, and now coming to the next attribute, that attribute is read only attribute. So if you will write here read only and now add the value to it, that value is also a read only value. Now save it and again refresh it. So if you will again press here enter key to write the text, you will see it is not accepting any of the command because here we have added the attribute that is read only. So because from here we can only read the value, we cannot add any of the value to this text box. So coming to the next attribute, that is autocomplete. We have discussed about this in previous lecture. Coming to the next, that is the autofocus. So if you will write here the value autofocus, now write equals to and again place the, here you will write on. So if you will save this and now refresh the browser, you can see as you will refresh the browser, this particular text box will be autofocused. So if you will remove this from here, and you can see I have added this autofocus to here, and save this program and see the changes that will occur as we refresh the browser. So as you will refresh the browser, this particular text box will be autofocus because here we have added the autofocus value to on. So this is the autofocus attribute. After that, coming to the next attribute, that is the placeholder attribute. So this placeholder attribute will show this particular alphabet value here, like so. This is for the to provide the information to a user that is entering any value here. So if you will write here anything else, like here I'm writing enter only, and now again save it and refresh it. So this particular placeholder attribute is used to give the user information how to what to add here in this first text box or what to add in the another text box. So this is basically for the user help. After that, the next attribute is the required attribute. So this required attributes is the new attribute in HTML5. So this is used to support the browser to perform form validation. Like this attribute will automatically verify that the information is entered in the text box or not. So if information is not entered, then it will display an error message. So this display the error message as user click over to the form submit button. So like here I have added this required attribute. So if you will add here the value, like here I am adding this value something like this, and I am adding the last name as this, and now I am clicking over to the submit. So now you can see it possesses the particular form. Now if you will remove this part from here, again refresh it, now add the value to here, and again now left this particular first name box empty. Now click here submit. So you can see it display this error message, please fill out this field, because here we have added the required attribute. But if you will remove this particular attribute from here and now save it and again refresh it, so if you will not enter here any value and you are entering value here, now click over to the submit. So you can see that without entering the first name, it is also processing your data or processing your link to the another website. So this is all about the form control elements and the attributes that are associated with it. Thank you.